So, um, let's see. Hmm, So, today I will be doing a collective reading. I'm not going to be here really too long, uh, probably 10-15 minutes the most. But I wanted to put it out there. I'm going to be pulling a card from the tarot deck. I have the Radiant Rider Waite. Okay, so I have that. It's good that it's showing up really well today. And we've had some cloudy uh, weather the past few days, so it's really nice today. So trying to see if more people will come in. If not, I'm going to just continue on and do it. We'll get started now with the reading. So basically, I'm shuffling the cards now, and even though we don't have anyone in the chat room, this live is going to uh, be up. It's going to be uploaded as soon as the system puts it in. So anyone else who wants to look at it will be able to go back and read and look into it. Watch the video. So I know it's a little slow in here today, but that's fine. That's okay. I'm still going to go forward and see what comes up in the cards. And sorry about the sirens, if you can hear it. I don't know what you can hear. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm sure you can. I'm looking at the mic levels, and it looks like I'm being picked up. So, shuffling the cards, and I'm just going to pick one and see what the energies look like for today. This energy that I'm picking up is most likely it's going to stay for, I wouldn't say a week. It could even go for a month for some people. But the whole idea behind the one card uh, collective reading is to see where majority of everyone stands, the energies, what they're feeling, what is there to come, perhaps too. So it may answer some questions. It may resonate with you. It may not resonate with you. But for the most part, it's what I'm picking up. It's a general read. Again, I'm not going to be here really too long. Probably a good 10 minutes. I don't want this video to go too long. So let me see what I can pick up. I think I shuffled it very well. Again, this is the Radiant Rider Waite deck. Um, and when it uploads, this video is uploaded, I am going to put it in a description. Um, I think moving forward, I'll do that too. I'm sure people are always curious as to what decks people are using, uh, which is good to know for most people. Some people really don't care. Some people like to know. So I like decks myself. So tarot decks. So let me see what picks up. Then I have the cards here so you can see. Oops, just spilled everywhere. How you know it's live? And I don't. I'm not much for editing. Um, I haven't gone that far yet, so that's in the future. But yeah, it happens, right? I'm not editing that out. But it's, things happen for a reason. Perhaps that needed to happen. Okay, so all right, let's move on to that. Shuffle it again. Let's see what resonates. Okay, I'm looking at this one here. So as you can see, picking this one so you can see what I'm doing. And this is the Magician card. This is the card of the day. This is what I'm picking up. This is the energies that's being focused on right now. Again, tarot cards are not set in stone. Of course, we have free will. Of course, we have options in every situation. But as a whole, this, okay, that's better. Now you can see that a little better. It's a little sunny out here, but I like natural light. I like it to be illuminating. And odd enough, I think of illumination. I think of self-awareness when I think of the Magician card. And the energies I'm feeling from this card is that you can manifest whatever you put your mind to. Now, obviously, some things are out of your control. And this is collective reading, as I mentioned, for as a whole, for everyone. It may or may not resonate with you, but this is some to most may resonate with this reading. So, as I was mentioning with the Magician card, what this tells me is that whatever you've been dreaming of doing, whatever you've been thinking of doing, whatever you've been planning on doing, will manifest if you put in the effort, you put in the time, you put in the work. And sometimes we have to take risks, because when I'm feeling the energies from this card, it's really telling me that you will succeed in whatever you put your mind to, but you have to sometimes think out of the box and focus on what you have as opposed to what you don't have. And I think that's quite helpful for many people to understand, because whenever you are in a situation whereas you can't change other people. That's number one, but you can change how you react to certain situations. Of course, we are all human beings. We have emotions, we have feelings, we have free thought. And sometimes we don't realize, we don't understand, and we don't really focus on what we can change in the situation. Such as, let's say you at your job. You're at a job, you've been there, you love the job, but you're not getting along with your coworkers, or your manager and you are not really meshing well. I'm not saying big arguments, or like little disagreements. Perhaps maybe your coworkers been working there way too long and they're burnt out. And see, you can't change how they feel about the job. You can't change about how your coworkers feel about you. All you can do is do your job, try to stay out of trouble, stay out of the gossip, and at that point, things will change for you. Um, so, in essence, with this Magician card, what it's telling me, and one of the energies I'm picking up and I'm feeling for most people as a whole, not all, okay, that we need to realize that we can make changes in our lives for things to manifest, for success to appear. We may have to take some risk. We may have to do things a little bit differently. But the whole point is that with the Magician card, for the tarot card of the day, it's telling me that we need to realize our potential. understand that we can make changes, we can make things happen for us. We just have to, as I mentioned, think outside of the box and just try to be a free thinker. Try to give people the benefit of the doubt for the most part, and understand that you cannot control every single thing, but you can control certain things in your reality, how you react, your actions. And also, the magician card is telling me, in closing, because this is what I'm feeling, is that you sometimes the doubt. You may have a doubt about something. You may not feel as though it's time for you to, like, you've been wanting to buy a house. It may not be time for it because you may not have the money. But don't you can put it off for monetary reasons, obviously physical reasons, but don't put it outside of your mind, like frame as you can't never have a house. See, when you put that, don't doubt yourself. That's what it's also telling me. Don't doubt yourself, because when you start saying, I can't, I won't, those are very negative statements. And as I said, as a human, sometimes you feel as though that you can't do certain things. Maybe you won't be able to do it at that time. Maybe you don't have the money at that time. But if you implement goals, plan, strategy, do those things, you can manifest whatever you put your heart in. And it's going to take time. It's going to take energy. It's going to take patience for it to happen. But you need to put the energies out there that you're ready for the blessings. You're ready for it for things to open up for you. I find that really, when you gauge that and when you do those certain things, it really helps you in the long run. So I hope this reading was very, very helpful for many people. Please like, subscribe, share. I will be sending out some more videos, and I'm going to try to do more of these smaller videos, because I feel as though long lives, because I'm learning a lot about this whole situation. See, this magician card resonates with me particularly, that you have to sometimes strategize, plan, and everything. You're not going to know everything straight up when something's new to you, so you have to have that patience, right? So yeah, some people like long lives, some people like short videos, and I think I'm going to try to do a mix of two. But for the most part, yeah, I'll tell you that this magician card for today, the tarot card of today, it definitely resonates with me, I will say, because like I said before, strategizing, planning out, networking with other people, just basically just putting it out there with to the energies, to the universe, that you're ready to make that move. You may not be ready then. You may not have the money. You may not have the resources. You may not have the tools. You may even not even have the energy. You may be sick right now and you want to, like, move or help somebody out. But the point is that just because you don't have those things now and it's not manifesting now, those things that you want, the house, the car, whatever it is that you need or want. Hi, Tarika. Hi, how are you? Good, good. Good to see you. I was happening to close out because there wasn't really a lot of people here, but I still was. How you doing? Can you hear me? It's good to see you. But I'm glad you came in. If you want to listen to the playback, that would be great. Um, yeah, let me know if you can hear me. I'm sure you can. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can definitely hear me. So yeah. I've been on for 15 minutes, and this was just a quick little reading I was doing, and the magician card came up. You can look at the recast. Um, the magician card, I'll tell you in a nutshell that it's basically, to me, this is telling me that things can manifest if you put the effort in, you put the energies in, you put the planning. Just because you don't have it now doesn't mean you can't have it in the future. So, I'm just summarizing what I mentioned. That don't be dissuaded or discouraged or frustrated. I mean, frustration is going to come up because we as humans. It's a little bright, right? Okay, that's better. Um, us as humans, we sometimes get frustrated. We lose our patience because things are not going to how we planned it was going to go. But we have to understand that we sometimes have to take a step back, reevaluate the situation, reevaluate how we are working and our actions in that situation. Because, see, the actions bring on thoughts. So if we are always putting it, yeah, right. So, if you are around people who are negative, obviously you're not going to trust yourself. First, you're not going to trust yourself because you're going to be like, what's going on? Every day, if they're erratic, if the person's negative, if the person is vindictive, manipulative, those things will cause some disarray, some confusion on your part. And you're always second guessing yourself. Should I do this? Should I do that? Who am I? These things, and then sometimes you may even feel as though you don't even belong in that family. So have you ever been in a situation you're like, you had a family reunion or a gathering, or you just have your family around you and you're like, am I adopted? I mean, if you happen to be adopted, I'm not putting light on anyone who's adopted or making fun of anyone who's adopted. But what the point that I'm making is that sometimes people who are adopted in adopted situations, adopted families, feel closer to that family as opposed to someone who been living with their siblings forever and they have the same mother and father. What I'm saying is that we can feel disconnected from our own environment, from our own people, right? So this leads up to the magician card, like I mentioned before, is that just because things are not working the way that you feel as though it should be working right now, implement a plan and try not to second guess yourself. Not try to understand that you may not have the resources, you may not have the money, you may not even have the tools, you may not even have the energy if you're sick or you're just worn down or burned out. You will get there, but you have to put it in your mind that, okay, I want to move out, or I want a new job, or I want to learn a new skill. Also, with the magician card, it's also patience too, because I'm looking at this, and temperance is usually about patience and balance, right? Um, and yeah. So when you mentioned there, my family love me, they are just not open-minded. Yeah, and they don't believe in my dreams. Yeah, sometimes that can happen, right? Um, and then that's where the disconnect could come in. And I'm not, what I'm saying is that sometimes when you're with a family member, whatever the case is, and they're not understanding that you feel very passionate about something and you want to pursue a certain industry or job, career, aspiration, these things sometimes, because of the fact that they may not be thinking that way, they feel as though sometimes people like to go the route, and it's not just your family, it's just most people in general. They like to go the path of least resistance, meaning that if it's easy to get something, if it's easy to go there, it's easy to obtain, you're going to go that route and not not go outside of the realms of possibility or outside of the box of reaching out and perhaps motivating yourself to go further, faster, better, and sometimes it's all about taking risk, and I feel as though when you mentioned, and this magician card do come up with that, it's relating because it's about risk. Because if you manifest what you're thinking of doing, it will prove them wrong. But I feel as though that not you're not going to do that to prove them wrong. You're going to do it because you want your dreams to come true and you have a passion about something. But unfortunately, some people don't think that. They feel as though if it doesn't come quick, if it doesn't come easy, if it doesn't come very quickly, then it's not meant to be. Oh, well, it's not meant to be. Sometimes not meant to be is not meant to be now. It could be in the future, but things have to be tweaked a little bit. And I think sometimes people don't understand that, that if it's like some pushback, that sometimes you have to take a step back and say, okay, let me reevaluate the situation, let me make some changes. So I think that as a whole, and that's why this is a collective reading for energies that I'm feeling for most people out there, that they feel frustrated, they feel distraught, they feel, especially with 2020 being very kind of chaotic this year, as you can see, that just because things are a little disarray right now and unbalanced doesn't mean that you're not going to reap the rewards in the future. Sometimes you have to sacrifice that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to go through some uneven, unbalanced situations in order to retrieve and conceive and have your manifestation, your blessings come about. So and what I'll say with you is that take it with a grain of salt. Don't take it personal. I know that it's hard not to take things personal, right? But in this case, don't take it personal how they feel, because most of the time when people are saying they're not open-minded and they don't believe in your dreams, sometimes they don't feel as though their dreams could be done or implemented. So that's where the situation, I think, it's more about them than you. Of course, they're not now. If you were to, let's say, whatever you put your mind to doing, and you were to be successful within, let's say, 6 months to a year, I feel as though that they would probably would be, wow, very shocked, very and be wondering, like, how did that happen? Through the hard work, through the patience, through the determination that you did. But I feel as though sometimes people see that things are so hard. It takes steps, it takes energy, it takes tenacity for things to happen. They feel as though it cannot happen. It can't happen for you. It can't happen for me. So just be open. Try. You are open-minded, which is good. Don't take it to heart too much how they are. I believe they feel the same way about themselves. And if you probably have some family members who was like, I could have done this, I could have went to college, I could have done this, I could have military, whatever the case is. A lot of people have regrets, So I think that's what's happening here with the situation there, that they feel as though it's so much out of your reach that it cannot happen. And it goes back to the magician card, meaning that manifestation, sometimes it's not going to be overnight. It's going to take time. You're going to have some setbacks. You're going to have some pushback. You're going to have some bad days, good days, but you keep on going, you keep on going, you keep on growing, and you keep moving forward. Yes, and they don't step out of the realm. You have to step out of your realm. You have to step out of your box. Sometimes we put ourselves in that box. It's not that other people they may put us in that box, but we keep ourselves in those boxes. Whenever we see, oh, that person failed, so I can't make it. Oh, that person went out to do that, and look at they're miserable because it didn't work out. You have to step out of your realm. You may have to do something risky. You may have to do something, and when I say risky, not something that's going to cause harm to yourself, or keep on going. Keep on growing and going. Things are not going to come easy, and if something comes easy, Easy come, easy go. This is how I see it. And it's still going back to the magician card. We still on plan here. We still on course here with this one magician card. That just because it's not working out now doesn't mean it's not going to work out in the future. You can't just automatically just take it out of your mind that it's not going to work. It can't, because that's you're blocking. You're blocking yourself. And I feel as though that, you whatever you have set up, and it looks like there's a few things you've been wanting to do. Not just one thing. It looks like the few things you've been wanting to do and you have a passion for. I feel as though that if you perhaps combine your passions in one project, that might be helpful. Or combine a few items together. It does, maybe not all of them. Let's say that you're a writer and you're into tarot cards or oracle cards, and you also like music. That can all come together. You don't necessarily have to do a channel. If you want to do a channel, you can do something like that. But you can take those passions and kind of mesh it together. You can write poetry that has an inspirational flavor that sounds, I wouldn't say biblical, but I'll say like it could sound spiritual, more like a scripture or something, like a mantra or a prayer. You can write your own prayers. So this is what I'm saying. Like, you could always put those things together. And what it is that you're putting in a cohesion. You're combining your passions and your talents together. It may or may not work. But what it is that you're doing something that it's unique for you. Because I feel as though that when everyone's different. We all know that. Everyone's different. But everyone really is different. Because, even twins, right? We know that. So one person may do something a certain way and it may work for them. It may work for them. And they may just go out and go off to the races and be successful straight up first try. Or it may be somebody else, another person. It may take them a little bit longer. They have to find themselves because everyone's personality is different. Everyone's not going to receive you the same way. You don't want to. And another thing, I'll tell you what this magician card too is telling me too, because we're still going back to that, right? That you can't relate. You could try to relate to most people, whatever you're doing, but you're not going to please every single person. So, what I'm saying is, self-love is very helpful in this situation because you start to understand that sometimes you have to go with what you know and go with the passions and energies that you're feeling at the time. That always think, okay, if I was a customer of myself and buying, don't give up on yourself. You always think of, like, let's say you wanted to make clothes, fashion, right? Let's say fashion, clothes, whatever the case is, right? That you, the first thing your idea is, what do I like? That I think that when you start to understand and focus on what kind of fashions do I like? Do I like jackets? Do I like dresses? Do I like jeans? Do I want go with that premise? Whatever it is. Like I said, poetry. Write what you like. You may like sonnets. You may like write rap music or country music. Whatever the case is, writers. It's a plethora of writers, not just for books. They're songwriters, right? Screenwriters for movies. So what I'm saying is that, focus on what you enjoy at the time. Because I think that, and it goes back, like I said, the magician card, I'm bringing it up again, is that when you focus on what you want, what you like, what you want too, what your desire. If you desire a certain thing, if you like a certain thing, I feel as though that, you most likely will not be burned out as fast. You will be very interested in what you're doing, in the project that you're doing, because you like it. Let's say you like jeans. and you want to create, okay, I create clothes. Okay, let me create jeans. You're gonna have that passion is gonna go in there, and really that energy is gonna go in there straight up. And and I think that's a good way of doing things, especially when you're going into an arena that's new for you. That of course you do your research and all the rest of it, but sometimes risk it on something that you enjoy doing or you enjoy having, or something that you would like. And I feel as though that's really helpful for most people. And yeah, you shouldn't give up on yourself. And I've been talking about the magician card for about 30 minutes now. We're on the 31-minute mark, 31:41. So I'm gonna come back later. I believe at about 2 p.m., maybe 3 p.m., a little bit later today. I'm gonna put it out there. I'll come back for some readings and do some more free live readings for people for about an hour. But I just wanted to focus on one card for today, and it is the magician card. And hopefully people could go back and you know could comment. People, please subscribe, like, comment, share. But if anyone have any comments, they could contact me at psychic Lola Divine at gmail.com. That's one way to contact me. I don't think there's a contact thing here. Yeah, thank you. That would be very nice for you to do that. That would be great. And if anybody have any other suggestions, have any questions, comments, they don't want to have it out here, because I understand. I'll put it out there. I'll end it with this: that I do understand that these readings could be very personal. Even though this is a general reading, it could be personal for some people. So I understand that some people don't want to put their energy. They don't want to put their news out there. They want. That's why people sometimes like general readings. And if they're in a room with other people, they don't want to air out their dirty laundry. That's very understandable. So if there's something that someone wants to ask me that's not going to be broadcast, um, they can contact me through email. I don't think people can contact people on here. I've never contacted anyone on YouTube through YouTube. I don't even know if you could do that, but yeah. So I will come back. I'm gonna put it out there. It's gonna be later on, and if not today, it's gonna be tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do it for today too, and I'm gonna try to mix up the projects that I'm doing, such as, the readings and stuff like that, and the lives, and perhaps do little 5-minute clips or whatever the case is, videos. So it's a work in progress. So I'll end it here that, just because things are not working out in your favor right now doesn't mean that it cannot in the future. So continue on your path of excellence, and the journey is going to become so much sweeter. So I will come back. Thank you very much, Tiarica, for being here. And anyone else who's listening, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Again, like, subscribe, and share. And I will be back. All right. Thank you so much, and have a great day.